Man, we've had some good Bible studies the last few weeks, right? That's been huge. Yeah, man. I mean, we'll probably get into it at some point. We were gonna film last week, right? And I was dealing with the loss of beloved pets, so that was hard, that was difficult, and getting through that with the family. And if anyone here has ever lost a pet, my heart's with you. It's tough. It's tough, but we just we're getting through it by remembering all the good memories, right? How he was when he was healthy and all that. 2 weeks ago, last week, Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday, man. I mean, that Saturday, Sunday. So anyone that's lost a pet or anybody even if it's a person and their time is coming, it's really close, like maybe it's days or it's months or whatever, you have the anticipatory grief that they call it, where it's like, I had days beforehand where, you're getting emotional, you're crying or whatever, but doing your best to make those last days the best. And then there is the actual grief that starts to come after they've passed, right? And that's a whole story, man. And I know we talked about that, but yeah, if you guys were able to be a fly on the wall for Aaron and I's conversation last week, you would have heard pure emotion, me just kind of bawling, letting it sob. And, for anybody, men, whoever listening, like, it's okay to have those emotions. That's pure. It just lets you know you loved something. It was there for you. You're grieving naturally. And, I see some people still, like, I've come across some videos to where they're like 2 years past, right? Or, and they're still grieving. And what really changed for me during that time was how much, I reflect on things a lot. Like, I keep reliving the same thing over and over and over. But as I'm doing it, I'm pulling out lessons, or I'm noticing things from it. And, as sad as I was, and as much as it hurt to have that pain, I was also realizing, like, what am I learning from the pain? What did I learn through this process that I might not have known before? And you start being thankful for the pain that you're feeling so that you can learn the lesson, because you realize I wouldn't have learned this without the pain. Right. And that was difficult. Yeah. And that's what a lot of the last week has been. Is consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable you are than birds. Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? And I just want to remind you, like, if other things like the ravens are being provided for, right? To where they can get their food, their rest, whatever the case might be. And look at all the other animals, right? They're not worried about where this is coming from, where that's coming from. Man, you're good, man. You feel like you're being led a certain way, especially by Holy Spirit, or make sure, right?